Hello everyone, my name is Tavana and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I created a batch of Eid Mubarak cards for my Etsy shop Tavana Creations. To make the video short, I have already prepared all my materials. Here you can see I have prepared some card bases from the Ultra Smooth cardstock from Crafters Companion, and these are the finished size of the cards is 4¼ by 5½, which is also known as A2 size. Over the base I'm going to adhere a card panel from the craft cardstock from Crafters Companion. So this is called the card base, where you write the messages and which creates the base of the card, and over that we will adhere the card panel where all the embellishments and decorations goes on. This is cut into 4 inches by 5¼ inches, so the card base peaks a little bit, and over the card panel, the craft cardstock, I'm going to adhere pattern paper, which is from the Verity Rose from Crafters Companion, and I have cut this pattern paper a bit and ½ inch smaller, which is 3¼ by 4 3/4 inches, and this will go over the craft cardstock, and over that I'm going to adhere a basic hexagon shape, which is die cut from the matte mirror cardstock from the luxury cardstock of Crafters Companion. And you can use any shape of your wish. You can use star or heart or circle, square, any shape that you like. Over the hexagon, I am going to adhere my sentiment Eid Mubarak. I have stamped and embossed it with heat embossing, and cut it into a thin strip with fishtail edges, but you can also print it on a light cardstock with any dark ink like black, or maybe you can write with metallic pens on the black or dark cardstock. It's up to you. So for stamping, I have used a stamp set. For the sentiment, I have used a stamp set called Eid Greetings by Altenew, and for adhesives I'm going to use the tape runner from the Crafters Companion. This is amazing, and the tacky glue from Koal, which is also from the Crafters Companion. So let's begin. So I'm starting with the panel. Here I'm taking the pattern paper, and over that I am sticking my tape runner. So I am using the tape runner because I prefer this paper is very thin, and if I use wet glue, the paper will get wet and it might show on the end result. So it is better to use tape runner or any kind of double-sided adhesives, tapes over the panel. So I'm adhering the pattern paper on my craft cardstock, and I have to be careful because this, once it gets stick, it is permanent. Okay, so now I am going to apply my hexagon on it, and I am preferring to use the wet glue rather than the tape, but you can use anything. The tape is okay too, but I prefer using the liquid glue. I'm smudging the glue a little bit so that it doesn't spread and come out of the shape once I apply it on the pattern paper, and I'm trying to place it in the center of the card panel. So now is the time for the sentiment Eid Mubarak, which is the star of the show, of course. I'm using tape runner to stick it on the shape, but you can use liquid glue too. It really doesn't matter. So I'm placing it at the center of the hexagon, but you can adhere it below the center line or over the center line. It's up to you. It really looks good anyway, and also depends on the shape too. I'm raising the edges a little bit so that it gives a dimensional look, but you can avoid it too. Now I could have used foam tape for the hexagon or the sentiment to give a three-dimensional look, and it would really look nice, but I'm preferring not to do that because sometimes while mailing it, the card gets squished and the foam tape, the impression of the foam tape gets raised over the paper and it doesn't look good. So here's my finished card panel. Now I'm going to adhere it on my card base. I'm going to use Coral Tacky Glue. You can use double-sided adhesives or tape runner too, but I'm preferring the liquid glue because sometimes it is easy to use the liquid glue for adhering the card panel, because if you position it a bit wrong way, you can adjust it before the glue dries. So here you can see, here's my card base, and I'm adhering it on the panel on it, but I had to move the card panel a little bit, and I could do that only because I have used the liquid glue. If I use the tape runner, I might have to tear the paper, the card base. I'm planning to make 10 cards for this set, and I'm using these patterns for the cards, which are also from Rarity Rosebright Crafters Companion, and I will show you the photo after the video. So well, my original video was in Bengali, but to make the English version I had to use the voiceover option, so you might have seen some mismatched hand gesture with my speaking. I'm sorry for that, but I hope you like my video. So see you next time. Bye bye.